about the hot topic, natural hair versus weave. The politics has been going on forever. Everyone's talking about it, and I've got my friends in the studio today, Michaela and Shay, and we're just going to hear their opinion on it and have a chat. So every black woman's had their natural hair journey. Me, myself, I started, well, not natural. I always have straightened my hair. I've always not been happy with my own texture. Did you guys have a similar start to your journey?
I think for me personally, I grew up in a predominantly Caucasian white area, so no one really understood like my hair type. So yeah, I kind of felt like, why wasn't I born with straight hair? Or I didn't understand my own hair, if I'm honest, because at that time my mum had relaxed hair. So for me it was quite hard to, what do I do with my hair? So I had it cane rolled a lot through primary school, and finally when I in year 11 when I went to prom, then I had weave put in, and for me I just felt a lot easier because it was easy to maintain, so I felt a bit more comfortable when I had straight hair. So for me, yeah, I found it a bit of a problem to maintain. I never understood my hair, so I felt more comfortable in my skin with weave than I did with natural hair.
Yeah, I mean, Michaela, did you have a similar?
I've always had curly hair. My mum had curly hair. When I was about 11, I think, I wanted to have straight hair, so I begged my mum, can I get a straightener? I want a straightener, can you get me a straightener for my birthday? So she bought me like a steam straightener. I remember it was a Babyliss one, and it was like white and had steam coming out of it, and I was like, yes. And then I started straightening my hair every 2 weeks. Every wash day I would straighten my hair. And then I think about maybe 18, 19, my hair was so short, it was up to here, and I was not happy at all with how the length was, because I would wake up in the morning and then I'd see bits of hair on my pillow, and I'm like, why is my hair on the pillow and not on my head? I'm like, what's happening? So I started to straighten my hair every 6 weeks just to give it a break, and then I started to see, oh, my hair is growing and it looks nice curly, so, and I still wanted it longer at the time, so I was like, let me straighten it every 6 months. So that's my routine now. I wear it curly most of the year, and then twice a year I straighten my hair just to have a change, and also to trim my hair and just to see how it's grown throughout the time I've had it curly.
I mean, I don't know about you guys, but for me, like, straighteners are literally the devil. Like, that's when it all went wrong, if I'm honest.
Yeah.
As soon as the straightener touches your hair, you're like, oh, my hair's a bit longer, my hair's a bit, it's looking sleek, it's looking a bit more like everyone else's. That's what messed up my whole, to be honest, that messed up the whole natural hair. That's when my hair started breaking. That's when
my hair was so dry. Like,
yeah,
it would be like, and then you'd be bits flying off. So it was not a good look at all. And looking back at pictures where I thought my hair looked nice, it just doesn't look good at all.
I don't know, see, I'm totally opposite. I probably dislike my hair more when it's out, like naturally like this. If I've got a weave, I just feel more comfortable. If my hair's
cute.
if my hair's more like, when my hair's like this, I just don't feel like me. I don't think it's a good representation of who I am. I don't feel my best with my natural hair. And it's sad to say, some people, but that's just not where I feel comfortable. And I feel in life, it's about being comfortable. Like for you both feel comfortable with your natural hair, and like straighteners to you lot are the devil, but straighteners are my best friend. On the days that, I prefer straight hair and weave. It's easy. I think it's easy to maintain as well. Like looking after natural hair, like you both obviously have been through transition where you might know how to look after your hair. But for someone like me, I don't feel like that's accessible enough. So I don't find it easy to maintain. So weave, I know in the morning I can brush, I can go with a wig, I pop it on, I've got some cane roll, and I'm good to go.
I think it is accessible for you to
but
obtain. It's whether you want to or not, or whether you want to invest the time or not.
The thing about curly hair is that everybody's hair type is different. With straight hair, it's more universal. So if you've got straight and I've got straight hair, how we're going to look after it is very similar. Your curl pattern is going to be different to a different girl's curl pattern, or some girls will need a lot more oils than other girls. So it's all about finding, it might be accessible, but what you're looking at may not be what is for your hair type. Where if you've got straight hair, it's more universal how we look after it. And I just don't have enough hours in the day. I need a wig, a weave, and I'm good to go. Like, there's just so much things that I feel like you've got to worry about in life, and unfortunately my hair is just not one of them things that I want to sit down and I've got to find all these natural oils to do my hair in and all these kind of stuff.
I feel like me and Michaela were talking, we were saying the problem is with the natural hair movement is that it's focused on the looser curls.
Yeah.
What it needs to be about afro hair. It needs to be about the tight curls, the kinks, the quills, not just about the curly hair. Do you know what I mean? And I feel like people need to stop thinking of natural hair as just like loose curls. People need to think of like people rocking afros and stuff like that, because the more that happens, the more people feel comfortable with being able to rock anything. But at the moment, the curly hair movement, the natural hair movement, see, I just don't know. It's about curls, it's not about the quills, it's not about the afro, if you get what I'm saying.
Yeah, I think there's a lot of women with tighter curls who are still looking to obtain those big bouncy curls when their hair just does not do that. So someone else's hair who has a looser texture may be able to get that big bouncy volume, but your hair may not be able to. So I think it's more about just working with what you have and not trying to have something that is not obtainable to you with your natural hair. You can obtain that with wigs and weaves, so that's where that accessibility is, but with your natural hair you have to be a bit more respectful. It can do what it can do, but it can't do what it can't do. So yeah.
I think the thing as well, what a lot of people like say is, oh, too much weaves and too much straightening will break your hair. But the thing is, like you said, a lot of the girls that have tighter curls, if you have tighter curls at night, you're there constantly combing your hair to make sure that you've got that leeway there, that it's not all tangled. That alone will break your hair as well, because all that excessive combing is not good for your hair either. So when people say that, oh, weave will break your hair as much, but they're telling girls, oh, wear your curls away like they are, that in itself can break your hair as well. So then what do you say to that? How do you tell a girl that has tighter curls, that has very tight curls, and she needs to comb her hair every night because she needs to detangle her hair, otherwise it's just the more knotted it gets, the more it's going to break. Because what will happen is she'll start getting split ends and they'll just stretch. So then what do you say to girls like that? So that's what I think sometimes, especially for girls that have kinkier hair, weaves and stuff are better because your hair's in cane roll, you know it's protected. So how do you tell a girl that has tighter curls, oh yeah, you just rock your hair, but are you telling them about those cons where at the end of all the excessive combing is going to mess up your hair?
I think it's more of an individual journey. That person needs to know their hair and what works for them, and whether they want to go on that journey or not is up to them. It's a choice that they.
But that's what I mean with the accessibility. I feel like there's a lot. You said like it is accessible, but it's not because it's accessible to girls that have looser curls, but to not all black girls or all ethnic girls just have loose curls. There are a lot of ethnic girls, guys even, that have tighter curls. So when they're saying, oh, okay, like embrace your natural hair, where's the education on how do I embrace my tight curls, not my loose curls, without breaking my hair?
Yeah.
I think it's a lot of trial and error. I think it's a very individual journey.
Yeah.
To like me and your journey is not the same.
Yeah.
So I think a woman who has tighter curls, there is places where she can go and access it. There is information out there. It may not be as much as looser type curls, but there still is information out there, and there are people that will represent her. There is someone for everyone, I think.
Do you not feel then like, if that's the case where you're going to have to do a lot of trial and errors, where you could actually make your hair worse than it was before, then maybe just stick to something that will help your hair grow, like weave or a wig?
I mean, like, I 100% agree with kind of both of them, because it's like, people don't realise, a lot of people bash wigs, but it's actually, if you do it the right way, it can be really beneficial to your hair. And like, when I wanted to grow my hair, because my hair was like, it was not cute. And then like, do you know how the mushrooms? It was not cute. And so I put in braids, and literally braids was my saving grace. My hair grew with braids, and like, people will slate extensions, they'll slate weaving, but it can help within your journey. So I think, I think that it's not about, it's a hard one because you don't really know where you're going.
I think it's not always even about your hair journey. Sometimes it's to do with yourself. Some people feel more confident with their hair in a weave. They feel more confident with their hair in a wig. They don't feel confident with their natural hair. They feel like they might look prettier with their hair. Like, I feel like without my weaves or without my wigs, I feel like I look a lot younger. And sometimes that perception.
That's a good thing.
Yeah, like some people say that, but then when you're constantly asked for ID or people always think that you're younger than you are, sometimes it can get a bit annoying because it's like, I'm not of the age, like I'm older than that, and I can understand why some people, it can, for me personally, I'm not speak for everybody, but for me it can definitely get annoying when people are like, oh, and I'm like, oh yeah, I'm 26, and they're like, And then they just treat you like a little kid. And listen, me and you are not the same age. So for me, I'm like, I'm going to put my wig. I'm going to put my weave because that way you're going to respect me for my age and you're going to treat me how I should be treated rather than you treat me like a kid because of how my hair is. So you judge me because of that. So I just feel like when I've got my weave on, I feel like people respect me for my age. I prefer the way I look with my weave. And it's a self thing. It's not about so much embracing like yourself naturally. It's about your self-confidence and how you feel. And I think that's what it really comes down to with a lot of women. I feel like some people as well, they try to conform. There's a lot of girls now that want to go on this whole natural journey to conform because they want to be current. But in it, you have to remember who you are and not to sell out yourself kind of thing. Like you've both gone through separate journeys where you feel like you're better off as natural women. And that makes you feel good. But for me, with my weave, I feel like I'm slaying with my weave. I don't feel like I'm gonna slay when I've got my natural hair. I'm just like, okay, I'm gonna go wherever I've got to go and I'm going home. You won't see me attend really any parties, any functions with my natural hair. I'll go to day-to-day stuff, but I won't go to functions with natural hair now.
What you touched on there though is like you feel better, or like not just you, other people may feel more confident or feel prettier with a weave or a wig. Like, why is that? Like, do we think it's to do with the media? Do we think it's to do with why is that?
I wouldn't say it's necessary. I could say, yeah, media does have a part to play in it because as much as people say don't, subconsciously you're fed something constantly, so naturally you will take that on. But I just think sometimes it depends on the person. I don't want to answer for everybody because everybody's different. But for me, it's just about me. I want to look in the mirror and feel good. At the end of the day, I may look in the mirror and feel good and someone else may look and be like, you look like, do you know what I mean? But it's about how you feel. And I feel like I want to be able to look in the mirror and feel more confident. So it's just literally about yourself. The media, maybe not so much, but when you said men, I think, yeah, because if my boyfriend doesn't like my hair, I won't stick with that hair. I remember one time I came back with braids and my boyfriend was like, don't ever do that again. And till this day, I have never had braids in my hair. He didn't like it and I would never have braids in my hair.
But to me, it's like that shows a wider issue. Like, if he doesn't like my hair, so he only likes me to look a certain way, that's not how I want to look. I'm not a representation of him. I'm my own self.
Okay, but in it still, if you're in a relationship, you're going to compromise a certain way. Like, you can't be in a relationship and not be submissive to it.
Hair's temporary, I think. So, you can wear your hair in braids for like a week and then it's done. It's not, for him to say never to wear it again, it's like, okay.
But then in the same respect, if I didn't like something he was doing or I didn't particularly like a hairstyle, if he told me, I'd respect the fact that if I'm with you, the only person, I feel like the only person that I should be looking good for at that point is my partner. So if my partner doesn't like something, why am I then going to go out? And it's not that braids are my be-all and end-all, it's just a one-off hairstyle. I thought, okay, let me do, he didn't like it, so why do it again? I experimented, it didn't work, so I'm going to stick to what.
But it didn't work for him, but it just didn't work for you.
No, not really, because if it did, I probably would have done it again. It was a trial. So, no.
Does your boyfriend like your natural hair?
Yeah, he does, but I still prefer my weave.
It's interesting because a lot of men, I don't think they understand the natural hair journey either.
Yeah.
Because a lot of people are like, go natural, stop wearing wigs, These are boys that I'm friends with. But they don't understand it either. It's hard, I think there's a lot of pressure on the black woman, the black girl are we impressing men, having the straight hair? Are we trying to look like the media? It is really hard to, I know you said the media isn't a part of it, but for me, when I'm looking at people that I love, adore, for example, Rihanna, Beyonce, Nicki Minaj, they've all got their straight hair, and when I was in school, whatever, when I'm seeing that, I'm thinking, I don't want curly hair. I want long people eat like Nicki Minaj. Do you know what I mean? I think the media do play a part.
Yeah, I think you have to be quite aware of the media's influence, and you have to take it with a pinch of salt, because these women are performers. They're there to entertain you, so their look is going to entertain you. So everyday person like me, I'm not going to be wearing pink weave, blue weave. Even people who do wear wigs and weaves, are going to have weave down to their ankles. It's not an everyday thing. So you're looking at these celebrities, but you're looking at them as performers. You're not looking at them as everyday people. So to me, you have to be like, that's them and every day. But it's hard because they do always try and portray a certain look. So you have to be aware that that's not the look that you want to pertain to all the time. You know, one day you might want to have your hair straight, the other day you might want to have your hair afro, curly, whatever. So you have to be aware of the media's influence on you and just not take it too personally. But it's harder if you're a younger person, younger girls, you know, who look up to that. When you're older, you can just be like, okay, you know, it is what it is, but this is how I'm gonna live my life. But when you're aspiring to be something, you're looking up to these people. It's hard to not want to have like straight, long weave, dodgy ankles.